This time we're gonna play another interesting game mode in Era of Chaos called Chronicles. Chronicles is not something invented in Era of Chaos. It was invented back in the days as an 8-part series in Heroes of Might and Magic, or after Heroes of Might and Magic 3. You could play it like 20 years ago. You can even play it today if you go to GOG.com and check out the game itself. Now, Chronicles costs you 100 diamonds to enter, but the first time is free. How can you see if Chronicles is enabled on your account? From time to time you get this promotion. Here you have this obelisk. You click it, and then you can start Chronicles. Your objective is to finish all 8 chapters for rewards and score at least 3000 silver coins for more rewards. And we're gonna get started. First time is free. You can read the story yourself. You will play through it anyway. I will not get involved in that. Now, first thing first, we get 200 silver to play with. Then we get to recruit a hero. Now the problem is that if it's a hero that you already have, the levels are initially quite low, the magic levels. See here, 11, this one is 12, and Rashka, well, 11. I have all 3 heroes. What can I do? I usually go with Crackhack, if not then Catherine, if not then someone else. We're gonna replace our hero later in the second chapter most likely. Then we have some units. We have no other choice but to recruit them all. Unless a unit is really bad. And usually we get defensive units. Like 4 defensive units and 2 ranged units. Let them be support units or charger. The first battle is an introductory battle. If you lose it, you do it something really wrong. And this time, accidentally, we don't have 4 units, we just have like 3 defensive units and 1 charger, which can go behind the defensive unit. There is no one to bypass this time. Okay, this is a good formation now. The reason why my dwarf is in the back is that it has some support features. Increases the whole unit's health and reduces the magical damage dealt to your units around it. So it does something with the other units, which means that it's worth protecting. Obviously we need to drag the hero there. Now we have all the units deployed, the hero deployed as well, and we can play. Now I'm gonna just fast forward it. There is really not much to say. You're gonna win this battle without a problem. And you get some silver after every battle. Now comes the interesting part. You know, you get cards each time. Now, this blessing is gonna give you more cards, which means that you get to see 4 options at a time. This makes me believe that, given that we have some story choices, for example this one, this makes me believe that we're very much like a fighting fantasy game book, implemented as a card game. Because even though the choices are random, the story events are also kind of random, it's still a story. Now, in this specific case, you can either collect 100 silver from the tribe, which makes it easy for beginners, but you will pay for it later, because if you lead the troops away in search of treasure, then you can check out this battle, for example. It's gonna be a bit more difficult than the previous one. And we'll see if we win or not. There are no consequences of trying a battle. Because as soon as you lose a unit, you can immediately withdraw your troops. So this is a simple battle. And you'll see if we lost anything. Not really. This is an easy battle, so you will just win it straight away. You see that this is a suboptimal choice to go to battle straight away, because you could have recruited some more units, or you could have gone to get another blessing. Usually getting a blessing like this one is always worth it. Always go for defense first, attack second, and anything else third. There are just a few exceptions. If you see red cards, it goes for all your units. If you see blue cards, you can add this buff. These are called buffs, like property increases. So you can give this to one specific unit. Don't do this, because whatever units you have right now, I guarantee you that you won't have them by the end of chapter 8. So hero defense 50, this is the best choice. I should have done this before the battle because I have nothing to lose by taking this, and I get to see another card. Now in this specific case you have more recruitments. I don't think that I will go for the 10 units, and I don't really need a Griffin either. So I'll just stay and check out how much I can get away with my current units. Now intelligence, which increases spell damage, doesn't hurt, but it's not my primary choice. So it's better than nothing. When you got attack or defense, it would be a lot better. And here you can see the list of buffs, those that you have. I usually go for this extra buff just to give myself a chance to earn more attack or defense or something interesting. Now we're gonna battle Crack Hack again. So this is a mirror match, just like in Mortal Kombat, a mirror match. And will charge near the end. Be careful with your charger units, because as soon as your unit dies, you cannot recover the unit. You need to invest silvers to revive them. So charging and then let your chargers die is not a good idea. And for this reason, I see the pause like all the time. You see, for example, I paused just before the enemy died. And if I went to exit, I would exit the game without any consequences, and even my died units would be back. So this means that you tried it out and you failed. It's very much like in case of a fighting fantasy game. You turn to page 175 if you do one thing, you turn to page 200 or what's that, paragraph 257 if you do another thing, and then with like 3-4 fingers you sneak peek what is going on. It's very similar, but this time there is no problem. We can just win the battle. All good. What's next? There is another battle. Now this will be a very tough opponent later, Kilgore. This time he's not gonna challenge us much, but we can still check out if we win the battle at all. Thanks to the extra benefits the dwarf gives us, we basically entertain the opponents quite well, while we just grind their health down to 0. And we're not even losing much health, and we burn from the back. So you see, this is quite an easy battle. We're not losing enough health to lose any units. And I'm just going forward with 6 units just in case I got a good enough card. So you see, for example, here we have like new cards. I can see straight away that I don't want any of these units. I rather take the Griffin. So this means I can just keep these units. Thank you, but no thank you. And then I got more units. Now this is more interesting. I will want a Dendroid guard, because that's a better tank, a better defensive unit. I don't really want the white, but who knows? I might need some units sooner than later. But this battle is still worth taking. So let's see. We don't need to charge in this case, we just need to protect our units. Be mindful that you can place your charger in back rows as well, just in case you needed a place for defensive units or other units. And we'll burn from here. Okay, we'll try this battle, and if we'll pass, then we don't need to commit ourselves to recruiting units. Remember, saving silver, even though it doesn't earn your interest just like in auto chess, having the option to keep more silver and recruit later is always beneficial. So that's why I'm just hanging along with 6 units. Now, there is this specific option. I don't know what to choose. I know that the comrade on the battlefield is the suggestion in the forums, but some others chose pursue. So I will experiment this time and I'll do pursue. Even though last time I played this, or last couple of times I did comrade on the battlefield. I'll just collect more information. Now, whenever you see people you could kill, let them go. Because some good recruitment options may happen in the later. Talking about recruitment options, I'm tempted to get the Storm Elemental, but right now I would rather need attackers, and the problem is that none of these are attackers. You see, this is one charger, this is defensive, this is, well, sharpshooter. So I let go of this. I don't need that many chargers in the early game, so I skip. And this will give me another card. So HP, damage reduction, magic resistance. Sooner or later you'll need to get some magic resistance, maybe. It doesn't hurt. I just tested not too long ago the end game that magic resistance may help when you go up. Just look at the party, so crack hack. Usually attack and defense are gonna increase like crazy. Intelligence, knowledge are kind of low. And whatever magic damage they deal, they are kind of low with respect to, let's say, your real, what you're used to as a several million powered player. So sometimes getting magic resistance doesn't hurt. But either HP or damage reduction. How do I decide between them? So both of them are defensive. I don't have any of these buffs. Given that these options are accumulating, taking the first 10% is more valuable than taking the second 10%. So the first 10% is a 10% increase, how surprising. The second 10% though is an increase of 12 divided by 11, which is like around 9% or less. So you get diminishing returns. This time you can just choose. Damage reduction is good. I would say it's better than HP, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now I get to choose the exact same buff. I would prefer accumulating attack or defense. Now this, no, not the same, because you have damage and HP. Now you see that we have defense increase, damage reduction and intelligence. We have absolutely no attack. And exactly for this reason, I will choose damage this time. Magic resistance, we have time. Let's see the new units. So this is an attacker unit. We need attackers. We don't need this unit, and we have other defensive options, so I'll take the Stone Gargoyle and skip. Not my preferred choice, but at least we can deal some damage. It's just good for 1 or maximum 2 levels. Now, knowledge, intelligence, attack, always choose attack. First choice is defense, second choice is attack, and you need to balance things out in such a way that defense shouldn't be a lot higher than attack. Like, you can get away with a difference of 200, maybe, but that's the maximum. So, attack this time. Now, I've been clicking on this blessing for a while. What is here? Marks. Don't collect marks, especially not in early game. If you can get away with collecting marks in late game, you may do it. The issue is that your spells are gonna become a lot more powerful, but you have other ways of getting spell point recovery pumped up, and also spell damage pumped up. So the name of the game is that you need to add 4 marks on any of your units. Each unit has an option to store a couple of spells. But if you listened closely, you will know why it's a horrible choice to do this. Simply because if I marked one of my units with Earth mark, and I would need to collect 4 of these marks, all the 4 like Earth, Air, Fire and Water marks. Now if I collected all these marks on my units, there are a couple of options. You either have weak units, and then you need to keep the weak units, and you need to keep them in your formation, which doesn't make any sense. These are all considered weak units. You'll have 280,000 power later. So either you keep them and you sacrifice one of your units in your formation just so that you get the marks. And the other option is that you don't. But then what's the point? Like, in that case you lose the mark as well. So in early game a mark is a horrible choice. In late game you will have better choices. Now to choose between maximum units and maximum heroes, you see in the party that you have an option of getting 2 heroes. If you're selective, it's fine. You will need some stronger heroes than Crackhack, obviously. Now it's level 30, so my selection didn't really matter much. He improved. It seems like it was just a bug that you saw level 11, level 10, so it seems like it shouldn't influence us. But you will get away with just having 2 heroes. Now regarding units, the problem is that you have 10 spots in total. And even though we're not filling these spots yet, it will become quite scarce. So for this reason I will go for units. I will always go for units. If you know what you're doing, you will never need plus heroes. Now what's this? Unit shield, not that important. Unit critical hit, not that important. Mana recovery, I'll go for it. Because with better heroes, the more often they can cast their spells, the better. Let's see the story. Whatever, let them go. Always let them go. Now, we have some options of recruiting more units. We have 3 defense units, we don't need more. Storm Elemental, maybe. Not my preferred choice, but that's the best one that I'm tempted to take. The biggest problem with this game, by the way, is that if you don't know the base game, in that case you'll need some Wikipedia page or something to check out what kind of units these are. When I played this for the first time, I had no idea what they do. Are they chargers, defense units, attackers, and I was all over the place. So basic placement of heroes is important. Now Sandro, we might defeat him easily. Yogg, that's an easier battle. Because even though we told, like, let them go, for some weird reason, they still asked us to fight and kill these units. Now I have an attacker, so I'll place this attacker behind one of the defense units, and I'll sacrifice this unit so that I can get the Dendroid. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a sacrifice, it's a gamble, but I'm guessing the following. If this unit dies, there is a high likelihood that this unit would die as well. And if only this unit dies, I won't stop the game and restart. So that's the idea. Most likely I'll win without any issues. And you see I'm defending my charger as well a bit. And let's see. It seems like that we're not gonna lose any units whatsoever. That's good news. And the gargoyle was worth it. You see damage done, 37% of all the damage was done by the gargoyle. Amazing. So let's continue. We got some more silver. We always get some silver, this is important. 59 silver at the moment, we're doing very good. Now, you don't need any of these units, or any of these heroes. These are heroes. Skip. Next. This battle is better avoided. The 6 Cyclopses are gonna be crazy. Or Cyclopses, whatever. Now, Human Sandro, that's the next one. You see that the opponent is out of balance. With our combination of attack and defense units, we can defeat them like crazy. And the charger is gonna go for the back row. I hope that he's gonna survive. If not, then I'll strengthen the formation with an 8th unit. I'm still not committing to hiring an 8th unit. But even with the 8 units, I would have a hard time hiring or hard time defeating the 6 Cyclopses. Okay. So it seems like that's still an easy battle. If any of the units died last second, we could revive them. It's not the end of the world, but it's not a preferred option. Now, in this case, I'll deploy the troops. I can win this battle. 800,000 or something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 783,000. Not sure if I'm gonna win the battle straight away, but I'll try. And if I fail, then you know what to do. Now, we'll put the dwarf back. And we'll position the units here. 2 support units in the back, attacker behind the defender, and this extra unit is a support unit, basically, that's also defending. Now you can make a case for this and this, but I would rather do it this way. It's not the end of the world to just go for it. After all, this is quite a long game. Now you see that we're losing more energy, but we're also recovering some energy, and it seems like that we're not losing units yet. So I'll just win the battles, that's it. Okay, story, visit the prophet because you get a buff. Done. HP plus 10%, not my preferred choice, especially because this is the second 10%. No, this is unit HP. We didn't choose HP before. Used damage reduction. Okay, let's see this battle. Oh, it's easy. So we'll just go for it. Now we need to reposition the units. We just mirror the units horizontally. It's a reflection. And the charger unit will go for the back row straight away. I'm not gonna accelerate things just in case I forgot something, but most likely I didn't forget anything. Yeah, it's an easy battle. And the 6 silver don't hurt either. Remember, for the rewards, we need to finish the game with 3000 silver. Otherwise, you would need to spend 100 diamonds on replaying it and then giving up after you have like 200 silver or something if you're 200 short. Now, this unit is tempting, but I really don't need a second one. Sprite, I don't need one. This is an other charger. I will get away with just one for now, but I leave the option open. This is definitely a better choice than Storm Elemental for now. So this time mages have poisoned them, that's the easy choice. And this means that we're gonna have to continue and position our units. Now, this time I'm gonna go to the middle, and this enables me to charge for the back row. If these two units were at the top, I would not be able to charge. I think this is gonna be an easy battle as well. Not that easy though. Are we losing a unit? No, not really. So the first chapter is not that hard. Now this is a hard one. This is another hard one, so we're better off limiting our options. So I would this time take a calculated risk. I'm fine with having just one charger at the moment. So I don't need any of these. I skip, just in case I got better options to advance. Yeah, this is a better option to advance straight away. You see, I'm very frugal with silver at the moment, because I know that I will have other options later. And you see that you're better off with 8 units than with 7, but for some reason I'm still winning with 7. Now, this is a low-risk battle, and we won. Good. So we're moving forward, cashing in the silver. Amazing. Another battle. Sometimes you have a lot of battles. Now this one is gonna be complicated, because you have a good synergic team with defense, attack, support. This is tough. Not that tough, you can still win it, but not the easiest one either. The problem is that I don't really need 4 defenders, but given that I have enough spots, I think I'm gonna just go for it and recruit the Dendroid card and see the next card. And obviously now that I see the boss, with 3 defense units you can get away with placing them in the front. Remember that you don't need to charge this time. So strictly speaking, we could make room for an other defense unit in the back row. And I cannot do much with this unit. I mean, we could have won the whole game without this 8 unit, I think. So then, the opponent is out of balance because they are only charging, and they can charge all day against our defense units while the back row is just shooting them down, plus the attackers take also some hit points from them. So this is an easy one, but you see in the last second we lost the charger unit. So this cost us a bit, especially that I got rid of the card to recruit it for 20 silver. I would rather recruit a unit for 20 silver than to use a revive option, because now if I go here, say heal free 5 times, but then it's gonna increase. You can even pay 100 silver to revive a unit. So first you pay 5, then you pay 10, then 20, and so on for the first few. And that's why keeping these 5 is important. Now this battle I'm not gonna take. This battle seems a bit harder than this one. Let's try this with 7 units and let's see how bad we are. Oh, actually I thought that we lost the charger unit, but we lost the defense unit. So we're quite abundant in terms of defense, so we're fine. That was my mistake. So this means that we're gonna place these units in a normal formation and we'll see what happens. So I'm impressed that the charger still survived, because it increases our chances of winning the battle without many casualties. But you see, the opponent is kind of strong. We have to get our act together for the next chapter. And yeah, we're starting losing units. We're not gonna take this battle. And just for information, we're gonna take this battle. Same formation is gonna apply, it's fine. And if you start losing units, then we withdraw. That's all we need to do.
Shake the enemy to their core! No one can beat me!
We haven't lost a single unit, so we're happy with the silver that we got. Every little silver increment helps. And obviously we're not gonna take this battle. It's very unlikely that we win. We don't need to charge. I'll just attack these 2 rows. Remember that these units do damage to the whole row, so I would rather place the whole row in places where there are less units initially. But I'm not gonna complete this battle, I'll just show you that we can do it like this as well. Now be careful, if you don't cancel it on time, then we have a problem. But wait a minute. Are we... Oh, we stand a chance against them. Okay, if it was a must, which is never the case, then I could have completed this battle as well with some casualties. Okay, that's it for chapter 1. We're gonna go to the next chapter by pressing the next chapter card and confirm. We're gonna continue with chapter 2 soon.